Well, what an amazing, amazing turnout. Hi everyone in the back of the room. You can all see me okay up here and hear me all right? We have an amazing program planned for you today with such an astonishing lineup of speakers. And it's quite interesting in speaking to some of you out in the hallway, just the varying levels of integration within the world of sustainability and the greening of your salon, your spa, and even your life. You're going to be taking away from the program today a lot of really practical information, but there's also going to be that very deep, inspiring, and may I say spiritual information that's going to give you the impetus to go back to your home, to your business, to your environment, and start integrating some of the practices and the guidance that you're going to hear here today. I've put together just a very few slides, and I want to share them with you because for me in the organic and sustainability programs and seminars that I do, it is about bringing the S word out of the closet, so to speak. And when I say S word, I'm talking about spirit, because when we talk about wellness, when we talk about greening your life, greening your business, this is about connecting the mind, body, spirit, and the environment. All of them are very, very integral parts of creating wholeness in our lives and within our business. So I really love this Greek proverb for the simple fact that this really defines sustainability. You think of in the Native American traditions the talk of creating and leaving something for the seventh generation. So this is quite lovely. I see my 85-year-old father tooling around in his backyard garden picking tomatoes to make his lunchtime sandwich when I read this beautiful quote, "A society grows great when old men plant trees whose shade they shall never sit in," thinking about what it is that we're leaving behind for future generations. And by the way, again, this is Sustainability 101, and we have all varying levels here in this audience of how people are understanding sustainability and what it means within their life. So this is coming from the viewpoint of Sustainability 101. I'm going to be hearing Al Gore speak this week here in Chicago. And I had the opportunity to hear a professor taught by Al Gore a couple weeks ago at the local college on the updated slide program that is shown in the movie An Inconvenient Truth. How many of you have seen that movie? Fabulous movie. And I highly recommend actually renting it and conducting an Inconvenient Truth event in your salon or spa if you have not done something like this thus far. But this is a statistic from the movie An Inconvenient Truth, and this really is very, very telling about how the larger percentage of Americans are living their lives. So, An Inconvenient Truth states that we need 5.4 planets to support the world's population if everyone lives as Americans do. And then if you add on to that the consideration that in third world countries and countries like China and India, where they're starting to purchase cars at an enormous pace, that we're adding also to what's taking place in the global warming or climate change realm of things. This is an image from the movie An Inconvenient Truth. And this is where we are talking about climate change. And this is where winter ice in the North and South Poles is disappearing very quickly. And it's having quite an effect on what's happening to individuals that we may never see in countries on the other side of the world because of the rising ocean levels. This is thinking about the social cause aspect of sustainability. So how many of you have heard the term eco or carbon footprint? How many of you have assessed or done a quiz to find out what your eco or carbon footprint is? And how many of you have taken the steps by which to cut back wherever you can? And then if perhaps you still need to purchase some carbon offsets to make up for the difference. I see a lot of heads shaking out here. So this is great that many of you are familiar with this concept. But what an eco or carbon footprint is, it's a visual metaphor for the energy and resources that we use, measured in greenhouse gas emissions in units of carbon dioxide. And so, dependent upon how much energy we use during our day, from the moment we get up in the morning till the time that we go to bed at night, and what kind of energy that's creating and what kind of greenhouse gas emissions it's flowing into our environment, creating difficult situations around the world, creating a high carbon footprint. So, the smaller your footprint, the more sustainable your lifestyle. And in today's program, where we're talking about the triple bottom line model for sustainability in your life and in your business, we're going to be addressing many of the aspects of how you can create a smaller footprint, not only in your personal life, in your home life, but most importantly, in your business. And then let's not forget, last but not least, green, beauty, and health. You know, green is the new black. How many of you have heard that statement before? So with that, really, green is a metaphor for all things sustainable, organic, ethical, and certainly health and safety oriented in our world. So we're really going to dive into that very deeply with the speakers that we've lined up with or for you here today. And in that very first panel that we'll get into this discussion of sustainability of self, or human sustainability. So it is really about the bigger picture of looking at why we're here, what it is that we're doing or leaving behind in this beautiful planet. And I think you're going to find a wealth of information that our speakers will share with you throughout the remainder of the afternoon. We're going to leave time after each of our panel of speakers has spoken to you, sharing their information, for Q&A. So with that, any of you that would like to speak or ask questions will have the time built in to do that.